Grace? Jack. I survived. You survived. Good. How was it? It was fine. Mostly fine. Except for 3 moments. 3 specific moments that I would like to understand and never repeat again for the rest of my professional life. Tell me everything. Okay, so first thing in the morning, my new manager, David, lovely man, very professional, he comes over and says, Jack, we need to bring up the budget issue in today's meeting. And I said, and Grace, I said this out loud, I said, which budget issue? Where should I bring it up to? Oh no. And he looked at me, and then he said, very kindly, just mention it. We need to mention it in the meeting. And I realized bring up doesn't mean physically pick something up and carry it somewhere. No. Bring up means to introduce a topic in a conversation, to mention something. I know that now. What's the second mistake? You're going to love this one. In the afternoon, a colleague asks me if I can follow up on the client email, and I said, follow up? Follow up where? Jack. She was so patient. She explained follow up means to check on something after an initial contact, to continue communication. She was very kind about it. And the third one? This one is the best one. At the end of the day, David says, Jack, I think we should put off the presentation until next week, give you more time to settle in. And Grace, I thought he was criticizing my presentation. I thought put off meant something bad. I got defensive. I said, I'm sorry my presentation put you off. I'll work harder. You apologized for putting him off? He was trying to be nice to me. He was giving me more time. Put off means postpone, and I turned it into a whole emotional moment about disappointing him. Okay. Here's what I want to say. You made mistakes, real mistakes in real situations, and that is exactly how you learn. Welcome to episode 20 of the Speak Bench. I'm Grace. Today we're learning phrasal verbs through Jack's very educational first day. If you're watching this and thinking, I would have made the same mistakes, you are absolutely not alone. Phrasal verbs are genuinely one of the hardest parts of English, and today we are going to conquer them. So, what is a phrasal verb? A phrasal verb is a combination of a verb and 1 or 2 small words, usually a preposition or adverb, that together create a completely new meaning. Like look, simple verb. Look up. Now it means search for something. Look after. Now it means take care of someone. Look into. Now it means investigate. Same verb, 3 completely different meanings. And this is why phrasal verbs are so difficult. You cannot guess the meaning from the individual words. Bring up has nothing to do with direction. Put off has nothing to do with clothing. You have to learn them as fixed chunks. And they are everywhere. Native speakers use phrasal verbs constantly, in conversation, at work, in text messages, in meetings. If you don't know them, you will understand the individual words but completely miss the meaning. Let's go through the most important ones, starting with the 3 that caught Jack out today. Bring up, to introduce a topic in conversation, to mention something. I need to bring up a concern in today's meeting. Can we bring up the budget issue with the team? Put off, to postpone, to delay something to a later time. Let's put off the meeting until Thursday. We had to put the launch off because of technical issues. Follow up, to check on something after an initial contact, to continue communication. I'll follow up with the client tomorrow. Could you follow up on that email from last week? Take on, to accept new work or responsibility. I'm taking on 3 new projects this month. Are you able to take on more work right now? Come up with, to think of an idea or solution. We need to come up with a plan by Friday. Jack came up with a brilliant solution to the problem. Carry out, to do or complete a task, very formal and professional. We need to carry out a full review of the process. The team carried out the research successfully. Back up, to support someone's idea or position, also to save data. Can you back me up in the meeting? I need someone to back up my argument. Also, back up your files. Now, phrasal verbs that come up in daily life, not just work. Run into, to meet someone unexpectedly, not to physically run and crash into them. Very different. I ran into my old teacher at the coffee shop yesterday. It was so unexpected. Not, I was running and I hit her. Very different. Give up, to stop trying, to quit something. Don't give up on your English. You're making incredible progress. Max never gives up when he wants a walk. Look forward to feel excited about something upcoming. I'm really looking forward to the weekend. I was looking forward to my first day before the phrasal verb incidents. Figure out, to understand or solve something after thinking about it. I finally figured out how to use the new software. Did you figure out what time the meeting is? Cut down on, to reduce the amount of something. I'm trying to cut down on coffee. Grace, this is very hard. Grace drinks 4 cups a day, and I'm supposed to cut down. I drink a healthy amount of coffee for a person of my passion level. Settle in, to become comfortable in a new place or situation. David used this with me today. It takes a few weeks to settle in at a new job. How are you settling into the new neighborhood? David actually used settle in when he was being kind to me. He said, give yourself time to settle in. I just didn't know that put off was the postpone part, not the settle in part. If you're enjoying episode 20, please like this video and subscribe to the Speak Bench, and comment a sentence using any phrasal verb from today. We've replied to every single one. Error Lab. Jack, let's go back through your 3 mistakes and fully understand them. Mistake 1. Your manager said, we need to bring up the budget issue. I heard bring up as in physically lift and carry the budget issue somewhere. I genuinely looked around for a document to carry. Bring up means to introduce a topic. It comes from the idea of bringing something to the surface, making it visible in the conversation. The budget issue was not being discussed. By bringing it up, you make it part of the conversation. Oh, like bringing something up from below, like surfacing it. That actually makes sense now. Exactly. Many phrasal verbs make logical sense once you see the metaphor. Mistake 2, follow up. She asked me to follow up on the client email. I asked where I should follow to. Follow up means to continue after an initial contact. The up gives it a sense of completion. You're following through to the end. After the first email, you follow up to make sure it was received, to get a response, to continue the conversation. So follow up is about continuation, not direction. Exactly. And mistake 3, the most memorable. Still pained, David said, put off the presentation. Put off means to postpone, to move something to a later time. The off suggests removal. You're taking the event off the current schedule. David was doing something very kind. He was giving you more time to prepare. And I apologized to him for disappointing him when he was literally helping me. He sounds like a very patient manager. He is. He actually laughed about it later and said, don't worry, you'll figure out the phrasal verbs. And I thought, that's literally one right there. Figure out. Your manager is giving you phrasal verb lessons through experience. That's actually the best way to learn. Grace, someone at work mentioned separable and inseparable phrasal verbs. I nodded like I knew what they meant. I did not. So some phrasal verbs can be separated. You can put the object in the middle. Others must stay together. Let me show you. Put off, separable. You can say put off the meeting or put the meeting off. Both correct. So the noun can go between put and off, put the meeting off. But with run into, inseparable, you say I ran into my friend. You cannot say I ran my friend into. It doesn't work. The phrasal verb must stay together. So separable, you can split it. Inseparable, it must stay as one unit. And one more rule, when you use a pronoun, him, her, it, them, with a separable phrasal verb, the pronoun must go in the middle. You say put it off, not put off it. So put the meeting off, correct. Put it off, correct. Put off it, Wrong. You just explained it better than I did. Rapid fire. I'll describe a situation, you give me the right phrasal verb. Let's go. Quick, your manager wants to delay a meeting to next week. He wants to put off the meeting to next week. Quick, you unexpectedly see an old friend at the supermarket. I ran into an old friend at the supermarket, completely unexpected. Quick, you need to think of a new idea for a project. We need to come up with a new approach for this project. Quick, you want to introduce a concern in a meeting. I'd like to bring up a concern about a timeline. Quick, after sending an important email, you want to check if there's a response. I'll follow up with them tomorrow morning. Quick, you want to stop something gradually, like eating too much sugar. I'm trying to cut down on sugar. It's very hard, and Max doesn't help because he gives me sad eyes when I eat without sharing. Max does not eat sugar, Jack. He watches me eat it. That counts. Okay, tomorrow. Tomorrow. The presentation. David told me today, after the put-off incident was cleared up, that the presentation is still happening, just next week. I have 1 week to prepare, to present the Q4 product roadmap to the whole team, including the CEO. The CEO will be in the room. And Grace, I want to get this right, not just the content, the English, the way I present, how I open, how I handle difficult questions, how I sound like someone who belongs in that room. And next week, episode 21, we're going to prepare Jack for that presentation. British versus American English, how to open a presentation, how to handle difficult questions, how to own a room. It's going to be one of our most important episodes. Listeners, if you've ever had to present in English and felt that panic, that's exactly where I am right now. Join me next Tuesday. Let's figure this out together. Your challenge this week, use one phrasal verb from today in a sentence about your day. Comment below. We reply to every single one. Show us your phrasal verb power. I'm Jack, Senior Product Manager, First Day Survivor, Phrasal Verb Student from the Speak Bench, where real conversations meet real English. And I'm Grace, proud of you, Jack, genuinely. See you all in episode 21. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, and remember, don't put off your English practice. Look it up if you forget what that means. It was in today's lesson.